Good afternoon. Today I'm going to be covering with you guys how to do see, say, do, repeat note-taking, or SSDR. For the C part, you're going to be drawing something. So to do this activity, you need a piece of white paper folded into eighths, and then you need something to draw with. I prefer colored pencils. You can use markers or crayons, but I think colored pencils are just faster and easier. You also need your Ingenuity course up on your screen. So I have my computer here for this. So for see, say, do, repeat, we're seeing something, and when we see something, we're drawing a picture. We're saying something about what we just drew. We're doing something, so we're going to have a hand motion to go with it, and then we're repeating it. So the goal is to draw a picture, come up with a few words that go with that picture, a hand motion that goes with that picture, and you say that twice and you repeat it, and hopefully you'll remember. So to start, I have my paper folded into eighths, right? So you fold it in half, hot dog style, then in half again, and then in half again, and you've got your 8 rectangles on one side of the paper and 8 more on the other. And then you're going to watch your video. So this one is on the Roaring 20s. So it starts with
Welcome to the Roaring 20s, a decade of growth and change in America.
Oh, I just heard a big idea. She said, welcome to the Roaring 20s, a decade of growth and change in America. So that's kind of a big deal. The Roaring 20s, so that's the 20s, and it's growth and change. So I'm going to come up with some kind of a picture that represents that to me. Now, the reason I recommend that you use colored pencils is that you want to draw quickly. You should never spend more than 30 seconds per box. So I'm going to do, when I think of Roaring 20s, I think of money. So I'm going to do a gold and blue and green. Green makes me think of growth, like trees, new growth, and change. For some reason I think blue when I think change. I don't know. So you're going to draw a quick picture. So because we're talking about the Roaring 20s, my picture is going to be mostly just the 20s. I'll show you in a second here after I draw it. And I'm going to do growth. And I'm going to write change. And she said it's the Roaring 20s. And I'm going to get one more colored here. And because they said roaring, I'm going to put a speech bubble coming out of this saying roar. So here's my real quick picture. Can you see that? I think so. It says 20s, growth, change, and roar. So now I've drawn my picture so I can see it. I'm going to say it, roaring 20s, growth and change. And I'm going to do something with that. Because it's the Roaring 20s, I'm going to go 20s, right? So big mouth, big hands, Roaring 20s, growth and change. That is my see, say, do, repeat for that box. So you do it twice, right? See it, say it, do it. Roaring 20s, growth and change. And now I'm going to go on to the next one. So let's see what she has to say.
Of more leisure time, wealthy and middle-class Americans, and of technological change for all Americans.
Okay, so she just said there was leisure time and technological time for all Americans. So when I think of leisure, I'm going to draw a pool. I'm going to think, yeah, they were probably relaxing by the pool, leisure, and they had technology improvements. And in this picture, there's a lady standing by a car, and those were pretty new at that time. So I'm going to draw a car. Now, one of the things I hear a lot when students do this is that I'm not a good artist. Guess what? I'm not the best artist either. But it really doesn't matter what you draw. It's how you see it and what you think of. So my words I'm going to write on here are leisure and technology, which really they were talking about the car in this scene. So I'm not sure you can see my picture, but I have leisure and technology, and I have the pool and the car. So I'm going to say, let's see, what can I do? So they could swim or go to the beach. So I'm going to say leisure and technology, right? And I'm going to do it again. Leisure, we're swimming, and technology, we're driving. So now I'm going to do both. I'm going to put them together. So I have my roaring 20s, growth and change, and leisure and technology. So I'm going to say the roaring 20s were a time of growth and change. People had time for leisure, and there was new technology. The roaring 20s was a time of growth and change. People had time for leisure, and there was new technology. And then you just keep watching your video or your lecture, keep filling in your boxes, and keep see, say, doing, and repeating. And then by the end of the lesson, you can do all of it from memory. When I was teaching 8th grade in a classroom, we would put these on tape, cash register tape, and we had them around the classroom. And if you do this often enough, you can remember everything from the entire school year. I had 7th graders and 8th graders who could repeat history for the entire school year because we did see, say, do, repeat. So I hope that helps you. That's just a real quick explanation of see, say, do, repeat. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Text, call, email, message me in the system, but please ask for help. I'm here for you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.